Hey up YouTubers, Simon B here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping safe out there. In the garage again today. Well, really again? No, we haven't been in here for a bit, have we? You all know that I bought a Husqvarna Vitpilen. Since I've had it, I've done probably about 600 mile on it, which is not bad really in the few weeks that I've owned it. It's completely out of warranty and everything, and I don't really know the history about it, and I thought I'd do a bit of an oil change on it. So if you want to know how to do a oil change on a 701 Vitpilen or a Husqvarna 701 or even the KTM 690, as they say, stick around, stay tuned. As with all maintenance on your bike, once you know what you're doing, it's basically straightforward. All it is undoing bolts and tightening bolts back up, but you have to do them in the right way. Now, to change the oil on a 690 Husqvarna KTM 701 Vitpilen, dead easy. These are the tools that you're going to need. You're going to need an 8mm, a 13mm socket, something to put your oil into. Like I say, never mind these fancy oil containers. It's sold out of I think Asda. I think $1.99. Washing up bowl. That's all you need. A couple of filters. I bought the oil filter service kit. This one, a little bit expensive for the first time, but it'll last you ages. Yes, you're going to use the two filters. You might not use the two screens the first time you do it, and you might not use the oil, the O-rings or sump bolts. Once you've got it, it gives you peace of mind that when you do it later on, that you've got all the equipment that if something goes wrong, you undo one of the screens out and one of the O-rings bust, you've already got one. So I think it was about 49-50 quid for the whole kit. I'm only going to use the two filters this time, but it gives you peace of mind in case you need it, so you can still get it back on the road on the same day. You don't have to run out and go and buy an O-ring or do something like that. And then all you need is some a bit of oil, really. 1040 fully synthetic. I buy it from Smith & Allen, produced in the UK. Get it off eBay, 5 litres. I put this in the BMW and it goes in the Hypermotard and it goes in the KTM 350. 26 quid delivered, British made. Never mind your Maltol stuff and all this stuff that you're paying 50-60 quid for. Why? It's exactly the same. It's what I use anyway. So let's go on with it, eh? So it's now one of them talking points, isn't it? With do you warm the bike up or do you not warm the bike up? Now, if you warm it up, it's got 1040 in it, so by the time it's warm, it's thicker, yeah? Because when it's cold, it's only 10. It's a lot thinner. So won't it come out easier when it's thinner, when it's cold, than it will when it's warm, when it's thicker? Plus, it's had time to settle. Everything's going to be in the sump. You're going to get most of it out. So, comment down below if you warm yours up or you don't warm yours up. I'm not going to warm it up because I don't think you need to nowadays. Plus, you're not going to get yourself burnt on everything and on your exhaust. So yeah, let's not warm it up. So first thing I'm going to do is crack. Ooh dear, this should only be 20 newtons. Ooh, better. Then the sump plug, which that wasn't supposed to happen. On the sump plug, as you better see, there's a magnetic part of it which picks up the magnetic particles, and also you need a rag as well. So what we're going to do on that, we'll just inspect that. It's got a little bit of metal in it, nothing major. Normal sort of stuff, small bits of metal. So yeah, just got it fully clean. Copper washer. All I'm going to do this time is turn this copper washer around the other way, and I'm going to reuse it, because as was explained once before regarding the copper washers, didn't we? That you just anneal it and make it soft again, and you can reuse it. So if you really want, you can take the side stand off it and lean it over a little bit, because it does seem a little bit higher than the gauze filter, really. I don't know why. I thought it would have been the other way around, but probably what doesn't come out of there is going to come out of the gauze filter. So once the oil's drained, the sump plug back in. The sump. So the sump plug is torqued up to 20 Newton meters. So is the two gauze filters, the gauze filter this side and the gauze filter the other side. That's most of the oil drained out. So we'll remove this gauze, which is next to it, which is on the front side. Jeez, not supposed to be on the 20 as well. I don't think it's got Loctite or anything in it. Got a little bit of oil out of this as well, because it does look lower. So as you can see, that's got an O-ring on it, and in the kit it comes with the O-rings, but it's probably only the second time it's ever been off, so not really a problem. See, that's a complete serviceable item, so there's no point in, unless it was damaged, then you'd look at changing it, but it's not, is it? So we'll be keeping that. All we need is a little bit of brake cleaner. And we'll just clean that gauze and make it look like brand new, which it does look brand new, isn't it? It's the same each way, each side, so it's not really a problem which way it goes back in. But it will go, and we'll just clean this up, and you can feel that resistance just on the O-ring. So if that O-ring was completely damaged, I would probably looking at changing the whole gauze. And so that's 14. And that's somewhere around about 20. One of the reasons that you take your sump plug off, drain it, put it back in, take the gauze off, drain it, clean it, put it back in, it's so you haven't got the bike open, so you've got no chance of getting anything in it, any foreign objects in the bike, which could damage the thing itself. You can move your tray, so you've got no oil leaking out anywhere else now, so you can move everything, and it just keeps everything a bit clear, just keeps everything a bit clean. So these little things are only tightened up to 5 Newton meters, so they're not tight at all. You know, they're only they don't need to be tight. And the good thing about being on the side stand, that everything is rolling towards us. It just needs a little bit of persuasion. There we go. So yeah, within the kit you've got new O-rings for that if you need it. You can inspect it. Easiest thing is to just inspect it, take it off, turn it round, because one side will be flat and one side isn't, so one side will be a bit thicker than the other side, so that's how you can reuse them. So just pop it off, turn it round, put it back on. Get that in a safe place out of the way. Take the old filter out. So as you take them off, just inspect it, just have a look at it, see what it looks like. See if there's any big pieces of chunks of metal anywhere within the paper filter. If there isn't, everything's fine. It looks clean enough. Everything is clean. There's not really a problem anywhere. It's only done 2,500 miles, so we don't need to be doing inspecting a lot, and there won't be much damage in it, hopefully. And one of the best ways of keeping your motorcycle in tip-top condition, even your car, is just change the oil regularly. Like the oil we're going to put in this at 26 quid, it's twice the price for mortal. People think, oh, I'm not going to do that. But these two filters, if you bought them on their own, they're probably about 7 quid each, that's 14 quid. You're going to use 1.7 litres of that, so it's going to cost you, what, 23 quid to change this. So change it, if it's every 5, I think it's about every 6,000 mile, I think it is. So instead of every 6,000 mile, do it every 3,000 mile, or every 2,000 mile, every 1,000 mile. It's cheap, gets everything out of your engine and cleans everything up. So that can only go in one way, because the inlet or the outlet is in there, and that will just push on with just, on the filter itself it has a rubber seal which goes onto a pipe that's within the housing. We just put a little bit of oil in there just to make sure that it'll go on a little bit easier, you're not forcing it. So we've turned the O-ring round. That's probably what they did last time. It probably hasn't had a new O-ring on it yet. It doesn't really need one yet. Nothing wrong with it. And we'll just tighten this up. Just tighten up so I get a bit of resistance. So these bolts, all it is 5 Newton meters. That's all it is. It's a little bit of a tickle. That's it. Once you've done all that, if you just clean everything up, because when you're going to fill it back up with oil, you better see if there's got any leaks. So that's this side done. So we'll pop round the other side and do that bit. So hopefully we'll better see a little bit better now. There's a screen here and there's an oil filter here. No idea why it has 2. Oh, jeez. 20 Newton meters, so they say. Not much oil out of this one because of the way the bike's leading. Similar sort of screen. I think it is. I think it's exactly the same as the other side, I think. No massive debris on it. Nothing damaged on it. A bit clean with a bit of brake cleaner. Just inspect the O-rings, make sure it's okay, there's no damage anywhere. Everything looks good. Some of the bolt that holds it in, inspect the O-ring. We could take the O-ring off and turn it around, but I don't think there's any point with this one at the moment. O-ring looks good. What we're going to do, let's place it back in. Bit of resistance. Tighten up to 20 Newton meters. Easy as that. Our last one. Cut them 2 little beauties off. So there we go, put the bolts out. And we're going to get a little bit of, oh, just a little bit of excess oil. Then again, have a look at the O-ring, make sure there's nothing damaged around. They'll probably make a tool to take these out. It probably costs a fortune. So this side has got 2 holes in it, as we did on the other side. Just have a little bit of a look inside, make sure there's nothing untoward. So exactly the same on each side, just a bit of old oil just on the rubber, just to lube it up so as you insert it in, it doesn't drag. As I've always said, you don't go drying anywhere, do you? These little 5mm, 6mm bolts, just put them in hand tight and make sure they go in. The casing's only aluminium and they're steel, so if you put it on the end of a socket straight away and try to put it in, there's a tendency, well not a tendency, there's a possibility of cross threading it, and the last thing you want to do is cross thread your steel bolt in an aluminium casing. That is the last thing you need to do. Everything changed. No, it isn't. Oh, sorry, you forgot something there. You'd have all been commenting, wouldn't you? I'll top these up. Only 5. That's all it is. So that's both filters done. Both screens done. All it needs now is filling back up with oil. 1.7. So what I'm going to do is probably put about 1.5 in it. Probably 1.5, 1.6. Check the oil level. Start it. Run it for a little bit. Get it through. Let it settle. Check it again. And then you'll end up putting 1.7 in. I don't know. So we'll try that now, yeah. A few tools. It's all you need. Dead easy in it. You too can do this. It's not rocket science. Alright, see you in a bit. So my measuring tool, I'm a bit cheapskate. No, it came out of the kitchen. It only does 1.2. So I'm putting a litre in first, and then we'll go from there. That's a litre. I'm under the impression that too little oil, well not too little oil, on a dipstick, it's better showing on the lower level than it is too much oil, because if it has too much oil in it, it will cause oil pressure which is too high, because it's got too much oil in it to pump around. So I think it's better to have less in it than too much. But then again, you should just get it right and then everything could be fine, wouldn't it really? So that's got just around about 1.6 in it. Move your tray away from yourself where you're not going to kick it over and you're not going to spill it all over the garage. And now we can clean some of these tools away, can't we? Starting up, just let it tick over for a little bit and just slowly warm it up, and then we'll see. Then we'll see what the oil level's like. All right, easy this, isn't it? You can do this. So hopefully now, what's level when you sat down and you can't do it? It's halfway on the sight glass. So to me, that is about right. Some people may want to put it up to the top, but halfway is as good as out, isn't it? So, job's a good one. So you go YouTubers, how to change your oil on your 701 Husqvarna or a KTM 690. Dead easy, isn't it? Few tools, undoing, draining out some oil, tightening it back up to the right torques, putting the new stuff in it. Dead easy. You could do this. I hope I've given you the confidence to go out and have a go yourself. There is a few people out there who've been watching my videos and has gained that confidence, which is absolutely great, because that's what it's all about. And and you learn. You know, you got to make a mistake, but you know, if you use the tips that I've told you, you know, with your putting your bolts back in these delicate little engines, you know, that it's not, you know, it's not heavy engineering, these things, they're aluminium, so just be careful when you're putting stuff back in, just make sure you got the thread right, and you'll be okay. So yeah, thanks very much for watching it to the end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Thanks to all over the 2,000 subscribers supporting the channel. Ta very much. Getting there, aren't we? Some days I get up in the morning and look at my analytics and go, I'm not doing this anymore. And then something happens and then it all starts again. So yeah, thanks very much. Any comments or anything you'd like to comment on, please comment down below. As I said, if you want to support the channel, link down below. You could do the YouTube super thanks, or you could buy me a coffee. That'd be awesome. Not compulsory, not begging. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you want to. Keep updated, so just weekly, usually daily unless I'm at work. Last 2 weeks I've been off work, so I've been doing a bit. We've been away. If you're out there, ride safe, be safe, keep safe, and as they say, we'll see you soon.
Like and subscribe.